Welcome everyone. We are far from the window again. Today's flow is just to get you moving. It is more of a vinyasa. You don't need anything though. Let's get started. We're going to begin at the center of your mat, seated in whatever position is comfortable for you today. I'm just going to sit in between my shins and then take a deep breath in through your nose. Clasp your hands above you, pointing your finger up towards the heavens, towards the sun, towards our source of divine energy, and then just tilt over to your left side and your right. Engage your core as we tilt side to side. Tilt to your left and to your right. Continue to tilt side to side at your own pace, just a few more times, taking slow, deep breaths. Find yourself back in center, release your hands, and take a couple of breaths, pulling energy from the soil up and into your heart space. Feeling the energy around you, the energy that you're working with today. Now settle your palms at the top of your mat, tuck your toes, guide yourself into a downward facing dog. We're going to take a few deep breaths here, rocking your hips from side to side, just getting into your physical body today, your physical energy. Now look to the top of your mat, tiptoe your toes to meet your fingertips. Take a deep breath, inhale, look forward, exhale and fold. Bend your knees slightly if that's more comfortable, and perhaps take opposite elbows to feel the weight of your spine pull towards the soil. Now bend your knees deeper as if you're sitting in a seat. For chair pose, Utkatasana, reach your hands over your head towards the sun. Tuck your pelvis in, and we're going to take a couple of breaths here, feeling the stability of the ground beneath your feet. Guide your palms to heart center, all your weight in your left toes, and step your right foot back into goddess pose. Open up to the long way of your mat. Now we're going to tilt side to side, left forearm on your left knee. Open up with your right and switch. Open up with your left and switch. We're going to switch a few more times at your own pace with your breath. Move to center, reach your fingertips towards the clouds and straighten your knees. Point all 10 toes forward and fold. With your left fingertips on the ground, reach your right up and twist. Perhaps to open up a little bit deeper, place your right palm on your low back and just twist your heart open a touch more. Move your right palm to the ground and reach your left up towards the sun. We're going to just switch sides here. Again, perhaps reaching your palm towards the sun or placing your hand on your low back for a more deep twist. Guide your left palm back to the ground, bend your knees, and open up to goddess pose once more. Pivot on the back right foot into warrior two, reaching your fingertips out, and then your left forearm onto your left knee. Open your heart. Really push the bottoms of your feet down here so that your hips are not sinking too deeply towards the ground. Press through your feet into a warrior two, then perhaps take opposite elbows and tilt backwards. If you're not interested in holding opposite elbows, you can release your right hand to your shin without placing much weight in it. Engage your core, straighten your left knee and tilt forward, perhaps placing your left fingertips on the ground, a block, your shin, anything that is comfortable. Have a slight bend in your left knee as you come into triangle pose. Breathe here. Rebend your left knee into warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, pivot on the ball of your right foot into high lunge. Open your heart, really reaching for the sun, pressing through the soil. And then bend your left knee. Extending your left leg behind you for a brief moment before moving into a tabletop position. Now here you're going to take a couple of spinal rolls one way, the other way, then ripple your spine forward into either a cobra or an upward facing dog. Roll your shoulders back and down, and then rebend your knees, sit back, child's position. Ripple your spine forward, just like the waves behind me, into an upward facing dog or a cobra. And back. We're going to do this a few more times. Feeling your body, feel your breath, feel the energy unlock in your spine as we gently roll it out. As you roll back into your child's pose, you're going to press your toes upwards into a downward dog, rock your hips for a brief moment, and then tiptoe your feet to meet your hands. Look forward, exhale, fold, bend your knees, reach your fingertips up toward the sun, chair pose. Tuck your pelvis in once more, pressing through your feet. All your weight into your right foot, bend your left knee, find your balance, and then step back into a goddess pose once more. All 10 toes facing outwards and away from your hips. Then your right forearm goes onto your right knee. Open your heart with your left hand, reaching for the sun. And switch left forearm on your left knee, reaching up to the sun with your right palm. And we're just going to switch a few more times, taking your time, moving with your breath, your body. Now you're going to straighten your knee, all 10 toes face forward. Reach your fingertips up toward the sun for a moment. Take a breath, exhale as you fold. Pressing your left palm into the ground, reach for the sun with your right and twist into your right side. Look down towards the soil, press your right hand into the ground, reaching your left up. Again, we're going to twist into your left side. Sweep your left hand back to center, and we're going to pivot on your left toes into a warrior two. Sweep your left hand above you, reaching for the sun as your right forearm rests on your right knee. Engage your core and breathe. Sweep your left hand across you, reaching backwards now, perhaps holding onto opposite elbows or letting your left hand rest on your left shin. Engage your core here, press your feet into the soil and breathe. Straighten out your right knee, reach forward into a triangle pose. Perhaps your right hands are on your right shin, a block, or the ground, and open your heart. Really pull your fingertips away from one another and stabilize yourself here with your toes. Rebend your right knee into warrior two. Pivot on your left ball of your foot into high lunge. Breathe here. Open your heart for a moment, and then reach forward, fingertips touching the mat. Step back into tabletop position, perhaps briefly extending your right leg behind you. And then you're going to curl your spine one way, roll it to the other. Settle your spine, sit back into a child's pose, feeling your energy, and then ripple forward, cobra or upward facing dog. Ripple back, child's pose, and forward, cobra or upward dog. You can add a little bit of a chaturanga here, bending your elbows as you move through these positions. Otherwise, you could just ripple. As you finish your last child's pose, we're going to remain here for a moment, pressing your third eye, your forehead into the mat, igniting your intuition, inviting and reinforcing the understanding that your intuition is here to guide you, here to protect you, and here to show you the truth. We're just going to stay here a little while longer, listening, feeling, and breathing. Alas, pull yourself to sit in whatever seated position is comfortable for you today. If you remember how you sat earlier, sit the same way so we can finish in a circular pattern, reaching up for the sun. Again, pointing to that divine energy, the space of creation. Relax that hold. Let your aura fill with love and light and gratitude. And I thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope to see you soon.